You chill out back there.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. Let me finish getting my headphones set up here, plugged in, everything else. There we go. We got ourselves some sound. We got our headphones in. All right. Now that we're all set up, let me go ahead and pull up my channel over here so I can get my comments going. There we go. There we are. Sweet. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. All right. Okay, so how's everybody doing today? We are hanging out, doing good today, back in Westwood. It's a great day to be back in Westwood, and I think we can make Laurel Heights and Hardy Amusement Park area look really, really good today. So, welcome. I'm going to do one quick share or two here. Just give me a second. Alrighty. And I'm going to share this on X and on... If my phone would move any faster, I don't know. Hey, David, welcome. I do not know. Oh, that's alright, man. I hope you have a good day. Or a better day or something. I'm not sure what's going on, but hey, I hope it's nothing bad or anything like that. But thanks for stopping in and saying hi, at least. So let's see here. I'm going to go share. Say live now. Boom, boom. Post. Then I want to share one more time. Dun, 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 doo, doo. Where is the Discord option? That's what I want, is Discordo. Alright, well then give me the copy of the link and I will just go there myself. Cheese and crackers. Uh-oh. Where? Oh, there it is. Ah, I see. All right, man. Hey, well, hopefully things work out for the best for you, and you have a good day, man. So, thanks for stopping in and saying hi. At least I appreciate that, David. All right, hey, Chris, welcome. I haven't been on my own Discord in like ages here, so. It's been a long time. Boom. I need to start using it again, I guess, but I don't know. Discord is like one of the last places I think of when I'm on, just messing around. Like if I pull my phone out, I'm either going on there to watch something or going on X or going on YouTube maybe, and, or not YouTube, Facebook or something like that. Like Facebook, I hardly ever touch anymore. X, I seem to have found a pretty decent community. People that are into Pokemon and video games and stuff like that on there, so that's fun. It is fun. Hopefully I caught the mute button before that. That was a giant sneeze. Holy smokes. Alright, so today we are back in Westwood. Here we go. Let's fly over the mountains, check everything out over here. And so it's been about 4 or 5 weeks since we've been back here. And as I was going through it this week, checking things out, there's, of course, issues and stuff. Let's pull this out. Issues and stuff like that going on, but nothing crazy, like just normal, basic stuff. Like we can go over here and clean this out, and this will help. In fact, because of that, I would rather have a... Let's let's see here, find the medical stuff, get ourselves a crematorium. I don't think there's a crematorium very close by. Oh, there's one over here. So we'll put a second one down just to kind of cover for the fact that the cemetery's, going to be unusable for a few minutes there, and there's a lot of people living in this area. So we'll get that dealt with. Just your other little basic things like that. Here we go. We've got something that is empty and needs to start filling back up again. And then, this city has actually been running really, really smoothly. Not to jinx myself, knock on wood over here. But yeah, this one's been running really smoothly other than a few things here and there. And of course, we've got this going on with our, we've used up all of our stuff or necessities, whatever, in the area. And so it's showing that. And but that's all going to get used up in the future for other, stuff in the city and things like that. So right now, what we're focused on, it's so sweet being able to come in here and see that, like, this city is actually under control and not really having a lot of issues. I will say that right now. It actually makes me very happy. But yeah, so we come in here. We've got, let's see, we got Laurel Heights right off of Laurel Park here, Laurelwood production. There is some plans of possibly taking some land from Laurelwood production in the future. I'm not 100% sure about that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But for now, we're going to work with what we have in place as far as what's there in Laurel Heights. We're going to build, kind of make this community over here to the left of Hardy Amusement. Patch 8 for Baldur's Gate 3 is coming on Tuesday. Alright, well, I guess I gotta get back into some Baldur's Gate on Tuesday. So we're gonna be turning this into like a business zone and stuff over here. This is gonna be the Hardy Business Park. And then over here, I just decided, as I was sitting there building, I made another city park over here. It was a really good use of space in here, especially what I was doing with it. And then I basically kind of made it to where there's a path that goes from, people can walk or whatever. They can go through the park and then walk all the way over here and then pop out. And then from there, basically, you're able to walk and go to the park. So there's like a walking, instead of the highway here, because there's not really any walking on the highway, there's ability to give people that. So many more playthroughs. Yes, you're right. Sword Keeper, Path of the Giant, Hexblade, Circle Stairs. Oh, I'm going to have to go look this up and check this out because I haven't heard very much about that. I've been so busy with work lately. I've been working out of town and stuff like that, and it just has really kept a lot of the stuff. Like, I try to keep up on a lot of the news and stuff like that, but I haven't had the ability to. Oh, that is a little close. I want to get this. I'm moving these on purpose. You'll see why in a little bit. This one here is like way too close to what's going to be going on. And this one can go down like that. Perfect. Okay. So, yeah, I haven't kept up too much on the news for things, but I try to when I can. And, with working out of town lately and stuff like that, it's been really hard. I don't really get my, everything to... you get out of town, you get to the hotel room, and you just kind of get caught up with, like, oh, I just got off of work, I worked a 10-hour day, and now I just want to take a shower and eat dinner, and then all of a sudden, it's like freaking 7:30 at night. So, yeah. So, today, I thought I'd get a little spicy. We have got the Hornitos, what is it called? Black Barrel, the Hornitos Black Barrel. This stuff is super good. It's a tequila. I know I've shown this off before, but it's a tequila that they do a barrel finish in, like they would do with whiskey and stuff like that. And it is actually very good. So I highly recommend it if you like tequilas, if you like to try anything new as far as alcohol goes and stuff like that. Like, that's definitely one I highly recommend. So check it out. All right, so let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. We got our first things first. We're going to work with Laurel Heights. We'll get that set up, finalized, kind of going where it needs to go. And then from there, we'll work our way left towards Hardy Business Park there, and we'll get that finalized, set up, and just kind of get things working in there the way we want it. And then what we'll do pardon me, as after we get that, then we'll start building the, I forget what I named this. It was Hardy something park. But it was another Hardy park. Like the whole area is just Hardy. And anyway, so we'll get over here. We'll get this done. This is going to have a lot of cool stuff. Some trails, rocks. We're going to use some features from other parks and stuff like that. I'm going to make some cliff areas. And just this area ended up looking really, really cool when I was done with it. So we'll get there. And then hopefully we'll have a little bit more time after that we can jump back into Hardy Amusement Park here at the end. I've got a couple of things planned for Hardy Amusement Park, make it look a little bit better, just kind of add to the ambiance of it, fill in these blank areas, and make it look a lot better. In fact, this area right here is no longer going to have that cement. I have a whole different use for that now. It does look incredibly awesome, the what I have set up. It goes along with the theme of the ride that's here. And you could imagine that they either used, what was there naturally or added on to it, with stuff like they would do at Disneyland or, whatever. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's get back over here, Laurel Heights. The first things first, I want to set up where the schools are going to be first, and then we're going to go ahead and add some parks in there, and we'll go lightly through it and add our housing and everything in it after that. So, I need to find... It's been a while since I've been back on the original PlayStation 4 version. Of course, past 4 or 5 weeks, we've been playing the remastered. The remastered has a few things just slightly different, but not too bad. All right, so first things first, I want to go into here. There we go. Get our district painting tools. I want to check things out. I want to make sure that in this district, I have organic and local produce set up because we're going to have a little bit of business here on the outskirts of this area just because of the park. So let's go ahead and set that up. I got that. Now I want to fix our districting tools here. In fact, I think the best idea is to probably just add our new district in over here for the businesses. Get this. We can always fix the line on the left side there a little bit later, but this side, we'll get this all done over this way. Clear that. Fill it into the edge here. This will all remain Hardy Business Park through here. Boom. And then this should actually be part of Hardy Business Park as well, since it is out there. In fact, I do want to make a little bit of this smaller. I mean, not all that is Hardy Business Park, obviously. But yeah, there we go. Just like that. There we go. There we go. Nope, nope. You got it wrong. That's not the name. Let's fix that. All right. Hardy B-U-S-I. It's one word that even as an adult, I still have to spell out in my head before I start writing it down. Just for like, wait, is it? Oh, yeah. Hardy Business Park. So all that's going to be Hardy Business Park. Even this little road by itself here, Leighton Jones Street there, that's going to be part of it. And then everything over here will be Laurel Heights. Even the couple of businesses I plan on putting in just here on the edge. So that is going to have its own thing. Hardy Business Park, though, we want to come in here and change a couple things around. I want the high-rise band to go on, and then we're going to do this and go with our shopping malls. Now, first things first, before I add down any of the buildings and stuff in this area and over there, I want to get all of my parks out of the way. So we're going to first grab all of our small, like tiny playgrounds, tiny parks, put them where they're going to be, kind of their final areas. If I can just find good spots, that is. And these are also meant to help like transfer electricity around and stuff too, so I mean, sometimes I usually will wait a little bit, but sometimes I don't. It's fun to just kind of throw them down in areas, let stuff build up. I think I'm going to do... let stuff build up. The schools aren't going to get built up with, like how I normally do them, where I've got, like, baseball fields and stuff. These ones are going to be strictly, that's the school themselves, and housing and everything will be built around them. go there. Now, a couple of these ones, as far as like adult areas, I guess, you know, where adults would hang out instead of a playground. Something there. Come down here. And maybe here on the end is a good spot. Yeah, that one right there. All right. Oh my gosh. I keep looking back at your comment there, Chris, and I'm like, I gotta go check this out. Like, as soon as I controller in the USB section, I gotta fix that. It keeps cutting me off. Anyway, when I get off this afternoon, I am going to get immediately onto my phone and start looking this up because oh man, yeah, I want to see what this is all about. Okay, so we've got our parks laid down. I want to lay down a couple more of these, like 2 or 3 of these over here. One right there. And then this one, I'm going to lay down right here. I want to go under that as far as I can. There we go, just like that. Then I want to add this park, the Sidewalk Cafe, right here next to it. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I love it. This is perfect. Now, that should be perfect there. That should be. Let's get these schools in really quick. Elementary school is a little bit smaller. I can fit it. Where did I have it before? Where did I have the elementary? Oh, I think it was right there. And then our high school, we are going to go ahead and I think up here should be okay. Yeah, that should work. That'll cover the area. It's not a huge housing area, so that should cover it perfectly fine. It's just good. It's going to be high rises and stuff like that, so is it even possible to crossplay between PC and console now? Oh my god. That'll help me out with a lot of stuff because, like, the only time I get to play with people online is through crossplay. Like, my brother plays on Xbox, and a lot of the people I know play on PC. So when it comes to being able to play online, I have one friend on my list here on PlayStation 5 because I just don't know anybody with PlayStation 5. I don't know. It sounds weird, but I just don't. It's been I played Xbox forever. I've got millions of friends on Xbox, and then all of a sudden I got a PlayStation 5, and then bam, I have nobody. Hey Tim, welcome. And so now that I've got the PS5, like, there's no friends except for Grottles because she has a PlayStation, and I think she has a PlayStation 4. She might have a 5, but yeah. But now she plays everything on PC, so I never see her get on PlayStation. Oh, in photo mode. Nice. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I'm so interested. I'm totally looking into this now, 100%. So, okay, let's see. High density. I don't want the high density commercial zone because this over here, this edge area, like I was talking about, this is going to be all, the natural shops and stuff like that. So that's what I want on this area. Okay, so that. Then we're going to go with the high density in this area in Hardy Business District as far as businesses go. Even though I believe I set it up to not allow, snot. I need to fix that on the road. I did set it up for, not to allow the high rises, I believe. So, what type of road? I think that's this one. No, I don't think I have bicycle lanes. I think it's just this one with the tram tracks. Yeah, so upgrade, snapping options, off. Oh, I'm glad I noticed that. I don't think I noticed that in my test build for some reason, so I'm not sure why it ended up that way. Oh, it must be that stupid bug. I just probably didn't see it after I went through. Damn bug that messes everything up. Okay, cool. That's all fixed. Let's go ahead and finish up with our zoning. So, in there, and that's all weird now. Come on. Get this. There we go. Then we'll come over here. I guess this will just take a second to do, really. Oh, no, I need to add a couple things over in the business park. That's why I'm not touching it yet. Okay. So we've got our schools, we've got some parks. What we really need to do now is just lay down for the housing in here. So let's just go with the large circle and splash it all over. Got to be careful though. I don't want to like have a high rise build up on that dirt road over there. It'd be kind of weird. So get rid of that. One thing I want to do is as these build up, as the buildings pop up and stuff like that, we've got Heather Morgan Boulevard right here. And there's like going to be these spots. Let me pull this back up. See where there's like these blank spots in between the road and the housing and stuff like that. So like these are areas that once the buildings start popping in, I can see what they're going to use and stuff like that. Sometimes they'll use 3 squares instead of 4. So I want to start building the building, the trees and bushes, rocks, stuff like that in there. Take some of these smaller areas and fix that up, make it look really nice. Once the housing is in there, we can have a little bit of fun. Because you can also place stuff in between the buildings and things as well. So I want to be able to do that. So that will leave alone. Let that start doing its thing. I'm not even on play mode right now. I'm just in pause. So I'm going to leave it for a moment. But the one thing I want to do is take this, because it also messes with everything. We're just going to connect it like that for now. And, yeah, that should work. In fact, I don't even think that needs connected anymore now that that goes across. Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't need to be there. Useless. It's useless. It can go away. Nice. I love getting rid of useless lines like that. This one is probably useless as well. I mean, everything's connected somewhere, and then it comes back to this connection, comes across. Yeah, this one's useless as well. Let's get rid of it. Nice. I love getting rid of power lines. Oh, I love doing that. Okay. Got PS3, 4, and 5. Yeah, see, I haven't touched PlayStation since, like, PlayStation 2, right? And then I won this in a contest. I spent $20, and I won this PlayStation 5 back when people were selling them for, like, $1,000. I spent $20, and I got the PlayStation 5, and I was so excited about it. I could have taken the money instead. I could have taken like $700 or $800 cash instead of the PlayStation, and I took the PlayStation. But I paid full price for my Xbox Series X at the time, and I was playing on that. And as soon as I got the PlayStation, I hooked it up, and I think I've touched that Xbox Series X in the past couple of years, maybe twice. I feel bad about it because I love Xbox. I was a long time, like seriously, ever since Xbox. The original Xbox and Xbox 360. So, of course, nowadays, as I sit here on the outside looking in and I'm seeing what's going on with the Xbox, and I'm wondering, like, what's going on with them. I mean, they're putting all their stuff out on the games and everything, which is really cool, or all their games out on PlayStation 5 almost, which is really cool. Like, I expect to see Starfield pretty soon, and then they've got Indiana Jones coming and all kinds of stuff like that, so I mean, I ain't hurting for the games at least, but yeah, as far as like playing online with like my brother and stuff like that, it's that crossplay and stuff. I never did get the Red Ring of Death. I bought the Xbox 360. My roommate he went through like 3 or 4 Xbox 360s because of the Red Ring of Death, and I waited to buy mine. Right after we moved out of the apartment together from where we were living together. I bought mine right after that, and I got the model that they came out with that had the whatever fix inside on the motherboard that fixed it so that I never got to see the Red Ring of Death, luckily. And that Xbox 360, in fact, check this out. It's right here. This is my Xbox 360 that I've had since brand spanking new. It's dusty as hell, but it's got a aftermarket hard disk drive on the top that I put I went and bought a hard case and a hard disk drive type of thing, and so it's got like a 250 gigabyte hard drive in it. Yeah, that's like seriously, I still have it. It does still work. I could turn it on. That thing will pop on and work. No problem. I have that right next to it. I have my Xbox One. I've got my Xbox One X. I've got my Series X. And then my original Xbox is in a box somewhere like over there in my room. It's like that doesn't come out of the box. So I've got every version of Xbox, and on top of that, during the One X models, I think I have like 5 or 6 One X models because they came out with a bunch of. I had money at the time, and they came out with a bunch of cool models and versions at the time. I've got the special edition that's in my living room, still in my living room, running right now, and that's the Battlefield edition. That one was super awesome. So it's like I used to be a complete utter freak about Xbox, and I mean, as you can see, I still have it all. So, but yeah, PlayStation. I've been on it ever since I got this thing, man. I love it. I love it to death. All right, let's get back into this though. To get into the talk here, let's finish up. We've got Laurel Heights going. I think I need to double check the housing situation over. Yep, I knew there'd be a square or two missing, so we'll click that. This should. What in the hezzy? Oh, there's people in my front yard right now. I'm like, what is going on? My ring keeps going off on my watch. So okay, that's well and good. That should do what I need it to do. And I guess we can just let that play and do its thing. And what we need to do is come over here to Hardy Business Park. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. Come over here to Hardy Business Park. And what I want to do over here is, and the cool part is, check this out. Just want to point this out really quick. I don't have to do any of the water lines over here. Look at this. All the water lines have been taken care of. We did this a month and a half ago. So cool. So cool. All right, so now I want to make sure that we have our police and fire in the area. I think I'm going to go ahead and just do the high capacity, because if you take a look, they're really only fire that we have in the areas. Like there's one here. We do have the helicopters, but if they're off fighting a fire somewhere, you want those trucks getting, places quickly. So it doesn't look like we really need the high capacity though. It's like just going to take up space that is unnecessary. So let's go ahead with the high capacity police headquarters, because this is the high capacity police headquarters. It's super small, yet for some reason the fire department had to be like enormous, this big old massive thing. So I don't get it. But we'll pop this in right here, the police headquarters. And then for the fire department, let's go ahead and choose the fire station, which is a lot smaller. And I want to just put it right here across, if it'll fit, right across from the, this will give them access to anywhere they need to go also. Right there, perfect. Oh, fit. Nice. So we have our little fire complex right there. Sweet. Okay, that should take care of everything other than the electricity thing going on there. That'll take care of itself. Now now I want to throw down one more quick thing. What the friggin' hell? Where in the hell did those come from? That must have been an update I did not know about. See how kept away from gaming I have been? I even was messing with this week, and I didn't see these? What the hell? Oh my god. How big are these things? Oh, that is huge. A transport park? Oh, that's big too. And then we've got this anniversary. That's a massive thing. Holy crap. Okay. Wow, I should have taken some time to look through here. What in the world? Alright, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I needed some small parks. That's what I was actually coming here for. I saw that there was new DLC, and I'm like, oh, I don't have any money for DLC right now, so I'll just wait on that. And now I'm like, oh, I guess there is other stuff. There was free stuff too, apparently. That's cool. So, alright. I do this, like, you know, I put these in here, little parks and stuff like that, because it does help with the businesses to increase the happiness in the area, the way that they grow and everything like that. So you do want to throw those in those areas. Just an FYI. Yeah, I noticed that they had stuff. I saw stuff that they did for Cities 2. Oh, yay, Cities 2. I haven't gotten a chance to see it because I'm on console, assholes. But, hey, they did stuff for us, too. They're like, oh, we're sorry. We know we suck and haven't given you a game yet. What they need to do, just one thing, and it would make me happy. I'd never care about City Skylines 2 after that. And that is to put Traffic Manager mod on the console. On remastered and original, put Traffic Manager mod on here so I can go in and adjust the traffic. It's all I ask. It's all I ask. The only thing. Well, that and fixing that damn bug that makes the roads get messed up with the zoning. That would help too, but just the one thing. Alright, let's add our businesses in here. I want the high-rise businesses to go through here. They're obviously set to not be full high-rise. I do have to adjust one little area here that's going to change, and that's going to be this. Whoops. Do this, and then I'm going to go like this. And let's make that small. There we go. So I'm not going to put anything in there right now for the second because I want to put a part of the park in right there, and then we'll add business after that. So, all right, this okay, exactly what I did not want. There we go. See, and this again, this is why is there zoning here? How did this happen? I don't get it. Something with that bug. There we go. There we go. That'll take care of that. That'll take care of that. Okay. Everything's starting to build. I knew that would power problem take care of itself over time there, so that's going good. Hardy Business Park. That shouldn't be anything I need to really pay attention to. In fact, I kind of want that to go a little bit faster, so I'm going to speed up time here in the game. Let that kind of build out. And while we're doing that, letting everything build out here in Laurel and Hardy. Oh my god, I just got it. David's a effing genius. He's not here to hear that. He has to take care of his parents. He stopped in to say hi. But he was the one who came up with these names, and I'm absolutely gobsmacked right now. This is so funny. Laurel and Hardy is an old school TV show, and it is super good. Like, it is funny. I remember it from when I was a kid. It was super funny. That's too good. That's too damn good. So we've got Laurel and Hardy. Awesome. And we're going to let that build up. Let it do its thing. We're going to come back to that. And we are going to mess with building our park over here. It's going to be another park, part of Hardy here. Thanks for that info. And, you know, I guess we don't really need to be on the fast motion. Let's go ahead and slow that back down. It's going to take me some time to get through here and build this anyway. So let's start with our 4-lane road. What I want to do is a straight line. Let go of that. You know, obviously we have to turn the zoning back off, even though it's off. Like, zoning's off, but make sure you turn it off. We're going to do that. Now this, I do want the zoning on, and you'll see why once we get there. It'll make sense. But that is to make this little roundabout. There we go. This one's kind of neat. It goes along the hill here, but it actually fit really well. Like, it doesn't have any weird jankiness to it. I feel like it actually looks pretty good here. But we're going to kind of mess it up. You'll see in a minute here. It gets a little messy. It's alright, though. But before we mess with it, what I want to do is I'm going to go over here and add our... There is one thing I got to add to it because it's going to help us kind of... shiitakes. I swear I turned zoning back on. Did I not turn the zoning back on? I thought I did. I did not? I guess I did not. Upgrade. I meant to turn the zoning back on. Apparently I did not. Okay. Now, let's go grab the park entrance, the main gate. I want to put it like right here. I'm just trying to find that like nice little spot right there. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so that's going to go in there, and then what we're going to do is take a couple of these mountain... Is it in here? Yes. A couple of these mountain village pieces here. I want the stage. This is going to go over here. Then we're going to add our restaurant there, and then the picnic area on this side. What in the fudge ruckers are you doing there, pal? Alright, I guess we'll have to adjust with that. When I did it in my test build, I had that a little bit closer, and it looked really good, but we'll mess with it. We'll adjust. So basically, this roundabout is servicing two little things here. It's servicing this little concert spot here, and it's servicing the park here. So that's how I kind of wanted to get this set up. The concert, I liked this where it's kind of up high. Like, that's why I used this side of the hill for it. So, yeah, I liked it. So we're going to go with that. Now, let's fix the landscaping a little bit here, so it doesn't look so weird. Take this back just a little, just a hair. This we're going to level out just a touch. Oops, going a little too much. A little too much there. There we go. No. Oh my gosh. All right. I guess it's not going to let me do too much. All right, that should be fine. That should be fine. Let's take it down a little bit in the center here where this tree is. Kind of meld the two of these spots together. Oops, we got a little bit of a hill there. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of this. I should have turned the strength down a little bit. That would probably help. Oh, man. All right. I want this to not be so steep. Oof. That's probably a little better right there. I think that's going to be the best I can get it to be right there. All right, so now we've got our concert area. We'll adjust this once we start putting our parts in for the park, because it's sort of going to be part of the park, yet not. Like you'll get what I mean in just a moment here. Once we get to the fencing, I should say. That's the only real connection to the park it has, other than being it right here. Is so once we build the park fencing, I want to build the fencing around all this as well. So you'll catch on. You'll catch on momentarily. The only thing I wish is that, like, I used it for the park over there, for the amusement park, and I really wish I could use the city arch a second time. Like, it would look good, so good right here, just kind of across this road. If it would go there. I did it in my test build, although it didn't let me place it because I already used it. The building already exists. Whatever. The building already exists. Oh boy. Not like I can't build two of them. Alright, let's go ahead, get back into this. We want to do some terrain leveling here. I'm going to make this about that size. Let's turn our strength all the way up. And this is where I want this to come off of. We're going to make a little hill out this way. Clean this up. Nice. Move this out slightly towards the road. And then right here, I'm going to go through and make this cool little spot. Just kind of a cliffish type of area. Open this up a little bit in here. Alright, perfect. Okay, now that I've got this area for Hickory Gardens is not the name. Nope. Let's go change that really quick. And let's just change that straight. We'll leave the gardens. I like that. But, whoops. We'll go Hardy Gardens. Now, there really isn't any gardens in here. It's going to be all trees and stuff. So let's just go Hardy Park. For now, well, if David was here, he'd come up with such a great name. I guarantee it. But we'll just do Hardy Park for now. Since it is part of the Hardy properties there. Let's go ahead. We got to give our park its spacing now. So we'll do the outline really quick with the small thing here, just kind of around the outside of the. Well, it's going on. Oh, it's saving. Around the outside of these, we'll leave that. Okay, now I need to bring this in here. That's on purpose. You'll see why in a moment. What are you doing? Alright. Let's fix this. These little weird nubs. I made that nub myself. That was my fault. Alright, there we go. Alright, now that we've got a nice little space in here, let's finish filling this in. It's a pretty good sized area for a park, to be honest. Like, that's a really massive park in all reality. But, my foot itches. But it, it's going to be utilized really well. I've got a great idea for it. You'll see what's happening here. I think what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and go over and start working on the area that is going to really just add. What is going on now? Really add some really cool features to this park. So let's fix what the problem is over here first, and then we'll come back to this. I see. I mean, it's connected to the grid, but not quite connected to the grid somehow. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like the... So maybe... Let's do that really quick, see if that helps, maybe, for now. It wasn't having this issue earlier. I don't know why. It must have been just a lack of buildings in one area or another at the moment, so... Yep, that takes care of it, so we'll get back to our job over here. Cool. Now, what I wanted to do over here is we're going to go ahead, add in some rocks, trees, bushes, grass, you know, the typicals. So I'm going to start with our cliff formations. And this looks just super awesome. Really watch what we do here. This is going to be cool. This is going to be so cool. I loved it. I liked it. I thought it looked cool. Get a little cliff face there. Now what we'll do is we'll come in here, grab... Let's see... Oh no, cave one is way too big. Okay, we'll grab some regular rock formations now. And I want to be careful. I don't want to destroy that old house thing there. This I have left here. This is part of the original map. I've left it here. I've made a road to it like it was part of something. This is part of the map, and so I don't want to destroy it. It's just the history of this map type of thing in this area. So I like it. I want to keep it there and leave that alone. So what we're going to do now, we've got this set up. Now this area... Actually, it's got a couple more things I want to do here really quick. Let's go ahead and throw this down. And this down. Like that. There we go. That looks good. Now, over here in this little area where I widened it out right here, we're going to do something a little similar. Like that. Now let's grab some smaller rocks. Alright, now I think the even smaller rocks. Ah, come on. I wish these would just randomly, like, position themselves so I didn't have to move that around. Such a pain in the butt. Seriously is the biggest pain in the butt to, like, individually, like, pick how the rocks are gonna sit. Alright, so now we got some rocks. That's looking good there. It's looking good there. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now let's go ahead, come in here. We did just destroy a bunch of trees, so we're gonna have to replace them, but before we do the trees, I definitely want to get the grass in the areas I want it. Do 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 do. There we go. Looking good. Snazzy. A little bit around these trees and such over here. I'll be kind of proper looking. Nice. Okay, let's get a couple spots taken care of over here. In fact, yeah. Let's go ahead and lay down the grass first. And I'm going to add some more rocks in over here. Just a few more. Gonna see if there's any spots in the rocks and the weeds that I can place that. Sometimes there is. All right, let's go ahead, and then we're going to start throwing down some bushes too. Can't forget about those. All right, so I want a couple of larger rocks like this. That's exactly what I was thinking. All right, perfect. All right, now a couple of these smaller rocks in here to just fill it in and make it look really a little more natural. Dun 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 dun. But dun 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 dun. A couple over here. Let's make sure we get all of our little grassy areas we filled out. I think right here, there we go. All right, now I know we've got some like grass and stuff like that over here, but it's, you gotta think like this would have been cleared out by whoever lived there at one point and stuff, so it's only gonna just start kind of coming back and stuff like that. So I guess a little more grass would be kind of fine there and some bushes, but we don't want to put a lot of trees and stuff in there. Let's go ahead and start grabbing some bushes and placing them out there. Since this is an area that is like overgrown and wild, of course, you know, a lot of bushes is totally fine. We'll go a little more random with them. It's not like I really have like, ooh, I gotta have this bush right here in this perfect spot. No, I'm down with the randomness. If it would just provide me some areas, there we go. All right, that should be fine. Let's put a couple of bushes over here. All right, that looks good. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now there's a reason I did this. You'll see in a minute. What we're going to do now is go ahead, take our landscaping tools, and I want to give a couple of sloped areas. So like right here, for instance, let's turn the strength down a little. Pull this out a little bit further. There we go. You know what? Let's go ahead and turn that strength back up. There we go. And I'm doing this to make a better thing for the pathways. I want to use the park's pathways, and if you use the hills as they are, oops. That was, oh, I wish I could fix, okay, hold on, I gotta fix this. If you use things, you know, as they sit, the pathways don't lay down properly, so. go. There's a spot. Now over here, I'm going to do this kind of like that. At a curl, at an angle. Perfect. That actually worked out. Nice. Okay. So we've got that. Those are the 3 spots I want to come down with. Now let's go ahead, go back over to the parks. And I don't want to use the tree line stuff, but we'll go ahead and go with this. Let's go with freeform. Of course, we're going to grab some trees that I don't want to grab, but we'll fix that. We'll add trees in pretty soon here. Ooh, I might have to hurt some rocks. Maybe not, maybe not. Nice. Oh, we didn't have to. Good. And then... yeah. Alright, cool. That's exactly what I tried to do last time, and it did not come out as good as that. It's a little more janky, but I like it. I'm happy with that. Usually when I do my test build, if something janky comes out, I'm like, alright, I'll make sure that's better looking. And I actually do the build. Alright, so there, that's looking good. What I want to do here now... Oh, off the dot. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nice. Okay. Now, we are going to need to add in our little spaces and stuff like that. But the first thing is, in my mind, I got to do it right now. And that is this bouldering site. It's got to go in up here next to all these rocks. Got to have it. There we go. All right. Now, I also want to utilize the campsites, but I want to use the campfire site number 1. That's what I meant, the campfire site. I think these are cool little things, even though it's a city park, like it'd be something that they'd include for fun. I gotta be careful. Some of these might get moved or destroyed because I gotta do certain things. Okay. I don't think there's anything else as far as something I need out of this one. Yeah, I don't really want to use too much else in here. I don't have anything out of the zoo yet. We need to really build a zoo in this city. That would make sense since we haven't built one yet. I don't want to grab anything out of here. This is all just too much. So let's go ahead, come back into here now. We can grab our park info booth. And that'll place perfectly somewhere right in here. Then our cafe will look nice here. Of course, we need some restrooms. The best spot's going to be like probably there. We'll place one here. Having one up here probably isn't a bad idea. And any other little things. We'll place like some porta potties or something like that. Like 3 main bathrooms, I think is pretty good. As far as anything else, I should say, goes in here, the only stuff I really want to use at the moment are going to be the gazebos. Just kind of a couple of quick spots for the gazebo. Use the other one. We'll put a couple of these in real quick. Like that. Of course, some of these are going to be asking for water. Why not? I guess they are bathrooms. So that should work for now. As far as setting this up, that allows us to allow the park to grow for a little bit, and then we can start throwing some stuff in there as it feels a little bit better. So, what I want to do now is we're going to fix the water issue we got going on. You know what? The park would put water wherever they want. So that's what we're doing. Water's going wherever. So now the only other thing I need to do is go back into the park features, grab the side gate here, because this is what I've been wanting to do with it. Let's put a park side gate down here. I don't understand why it's not wanting to lay there where I want it to go, but there should work. So we'll put it there. Got to be careful with the stuff there. Trying to avoid that. That's kind of a steep walkway right there. So let's go ahead and rework that. Not a problem, not a problem. What I think we should do to make this a little better is we'll go ahead and go into here. Mess with the soften terrain tool for a second here. Saving. Then we can go into our slope terrain. Actually, I think that level terrain worked out pretty well. Shit. I just totally screwed up. I hate that I don't have like a way of just undoing what I did. It'd be so nice. Okay, let's go ahead, mess with the trail here now. I think we should be good. Freeform, freeform. Oh yeah, much better. There we go. Much, much better. It's a little windy, but it's to get up this hill, and that works out just fine. Okay. Now we need to get ourselves some fencing around this park so people can't just walk in willy-nilly. Let's grab the park fence here. Should be on freeform. I'm trying to leave a little bit of spot for businesses there still, so that's why I'm doing it like this. Well, yeah, that spot right there would be perfect for a nice little business or something, so why take it out if I don't have to? Huh. I need to move that. It'd be better if I could, like, hide it right there, just all three of them. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm gonna put it somewhere else. That way it's still operating, but just not in my dang way. That works out better for me. Works out better for me. I like it. Okay. Where is... There it is. I think we'll just let the fence die off right there. It's not going to make a big difference. It's not like in real life where people would be sneaking past that part, so we'll let that go. This spot, let's go ahead and it's going to run down like that. And then this will just die off right here. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. There we go. Now, right here, though, is where I'm going to make kind of a distinction between the two. I want to go just like this. Beautiful. That way it is surrounded by a fence on this side, so it seems like it's part of the park, but the park is still enclosed, like this part here, so that's really what I'm looking for out of that. Now this... What in the hell is going on there? Oh, I bet it's the way I have this fence coming in. It's probably what the problem is. But now that I did that, I should... be able to get some fencing along here with minimal issues. There we go. And again, this one will just let kind of die off over here, but like this. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, perfect. That way, I just don't have to worry about connecting them around that side. There's no need to anyway, so might as well, instead of stressing myself, oh boy, instead of stressing myself out, trying to get that fence to wrap around there, I think it'd be perfect just the way it is. So, now we just wait and see. We wait for people to fill up and go to the park and do their thing and make the park a better park. It's got plenty of cool stuff. Like, this really isn't something I'm looking to make a super ginormous park or anything like that. So, This should be plenty. Now, let's go ahead. We're going to close this out into here. Take a look at Hardy Business Park here, which has grown exponentially. Like, it has gotten pretty dang big. I'm glad I threw that parking garage in the center there. That looks really good in there. And then we can come along here, take a look at the rest of it. That's looking good. And I did those all, the small businesses, on purpose. Kind of a nice little breakup between the neighborhood and actual everything else over here. But then the neighborhood, boom, it's built up nicely. Looking good in there. Lots of room for planting trees and doing all kinds of cool stuff like that. So we'll definitely get that taken care of really quickly here. In fact, let's go ahead, just kind of start planting a few things down there right now. See, it's the spots like this that I knew were just going to look weird. And then again, like I said, also if you try, you can get trees in between buildings too, which looks pretty good. There's the big blank areas I was looking for. Alright, let's choose a different tree now. You know, I wonder if I can just turn the strength up. Nope, not going to let me do it. I have to individually place these things where I want them. Sort of. I mean, I guess sort of. I don't know why it's not giving me that pop, 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 pop noise right now like it normally would, but whatever. Not making random noises? Okay in my book. There we go. Let's throw a couple of these leafy trees down in here. Doom 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 doom. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Alright. Let's turn that back down. There we go. So, filled that in. Some trees, make it look good. Seriously, just to get those blank areas filled out with trees makes it a whole lot better. A whole lot better. I wouldn't say 100% better, but it's a whole lot better. So, that's looking good. We're going to leave that alone. Let the businesses, buildings, everything else around there just kind of continue building up, doing its thing. And once it gets to that level 5 in there, we can, or a lot of them start getting to level 5, then we can kind of formalize like where like trees and rocks and stuff are actually going to stay and be. So it's like, this could be a nice little blank area, but this building could grow, and all of a sudden it's taking up where those two trees are. So I don't want to mess with that too much, and I'll let it do its thing. Now, let's close this. There we go. Let's take a look here. This is looking great. Looking snazzy. This is looking great. Looking snazzy. We've got our park entrances on both sides. Everything's running through there. That's looking great. It's looking snazzy. And I don't really have any complaints about it. I like it. In fact, this side turned out a little bit better than last time in my test build. So I'll have to go with that and say it's looking good. And then, yeah. Yeah, to be honest, I like it. I like it a lot. It's actually coming out really nice. This is looking good. So, let's go ahead. We'll finish up with this. We'll get a couple things done in here. I want to grab the rock formation. We're going to throw this in here. Oh, I know you fit. Don't you lie to me. I know it fits. There we go. See, and it even fits to where like there isn't stuff on the walkway too in a weird way. It's kind of nice. And then we're going to take one of these. And that has trees. It has trees. So it looks good. And again, like doing stuff like that, it looks like it's part of the whole thing now. Like they actually might have built that or whatever. It's like, oh, they actually have a secret spy tower in there. Haha. They watch all the Disneyland customers. Chirpyland, whatever. Alright, trees. There we go. There we go. If it'll let me place some of these trees in here. Ah, dang it. Dun dun dun. Do. Just trying to get some trees, kind of fill it in, make it look good. Like I said, I feel like this looks like it's more part of the ride, whatever, than anything like that. So it's like, it just kind of fits, it rolls with it, I think. So I went with that. Then on this side, I went ahead and grabbed, because you can use a lot of interlacing stuff anywhere. Like you can use stuff between one and the other. And now, even though these are hunting cabins, I felt like they could be considered to be anything else in, you know what I mean? Like, and then there was this. We're going to add this in over here. But I just kind of like, there was something about it that just made me feel like, even though they're quote-unquote hunting cabins, they could be gift shops, whatever, meant to look like a hunting cabin. They could be a restaurant and a gift shop, whatever. And it just fills the space in nicely. It puts more trees in there, and it helps to look really, really good. So, we're going to leave that alone. Then, I want to throw in, boom-a-boom, go over here to the rocks. Which rock formation was it? No. It was a rectangle one, I'm pretty sure. Ay, come on. And now, even though there's cement underneath there, it'd still be like I picture stuff like Disneyland where they make the big giant fake rocks, so they have scenery and stuff like that around the park. And that's why I kind of went with, this idea. And then came in here and I grabbed some of the, stuff from the rides, a couple of the smaller rides and stuff like that. Put them along in there. Oh, there we go. Put something like that in there. And then we could fill in a little bit. Oh, I did not mean to do that. And then we could fill in a little bit with some tables and stuff like we have over here. And then this spot, even in my test build, I'm still not sure what I want to do with it. I want to put some type of ride there, so I was kind of almost like thinking we could go with something. Oh, wrong one. Just kind of had it blank in my test build, so I didn't really go with it, but we've got the House of Horrors already there. But it doesn't mean we couldn't put down like a second one. Like this. And then grab another bumper cars or something. And do something like this. And then what we could do is, you have a nice little spot here. That you fill in with these benches with the trees. And then we'll go and we'll grab the bathrooms from here. Oops, I like these bathrooms. But, you know what I mean? Like, boom, we've got this little bathroom area now. We could throw down some trash cans in there really quick. Couple of benches. Boom. I mean, it's super light. Like, I could have put a bunch of stuff more in there, but it's an area to relax, have a quick pee break, and maybe have a snack. So, I gotta stretch. Oh, my goodness. I don't know why I'm tired. I've had a pretty long weekend. It's been nice. I'm on my third day of my 3-day weekend. I do got to go back to work tomorrow, but I'm going to try to convince my boss to let me keep working 10-hour days for a while so I can continue doing 3-day weekends. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Nice little addition to Hardy Amusement Park. I'm going to keep some of those blank areas blank still so we can work on it in the future. I can have a little bit more fun with it and not just be like, oh, I'm done, all said and done with it. We're not going to do anything else, but... yeah, I just think that that's a good way to take your park. You can add stuff in there like this, and it makes it a whole different feeling. It's not just so blank and, you know, just so blank, I guess. But I do like this, you know, and then, of course, being able to use buildings and stuff like that from other features and stuff and just pretend that they're part of the show, you know what I mean? So... anyway, I think we're at a point now where we can call it a day because I've actually gotten quite a bit done. This is a lot more than I imagined. I thought there'd be a little bit more work involved here, but it went a lot faster, probably because I've been messing around with it so much lately. But, you know, and I always have to have that time in my test build where I'm like, all right, I'm going to take away, try this, I'll try this, I'll change this up. Whereas I get into this and I'm like, all right, I've already done a lot of those changes, and I might do one or two here or there, but I really am just going to kind of go with what I did in the build. So anyway, this is looking really good. I am very happy with how this came out. Everything's growing really well. As time passes, these buildings will get bigger, the city will get bigger, everything will get bigger and bigger and nicer and cooler. All this is probably going to be about the height that it's going to get to at this point. So that's what we can expect from that. The park, will probably do a few more additions to it, add some trees and stuff like that next time. I just don't want to go too overboard with it right now without having some time to fiddle around with it and really see how I want to, you know, what direction I want to kind of take this park in the future. This is basically where I had it at the test build, and it feels good right here, so I'm not going to go too far with it yet, but maybe in the future we'll see what happens. But for now, I think this has been a great run. We got everything done that I wanted to do, and I think it's time for me to get out of here. I want to go eat some lunch. I did not eat any yet, and it is time to go. So, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate y'all. You are great people, and I hope you have a great week coming up. And stay tuned. Next week, we'll be back here in Westwood doing the rest of this. And if you like Pokemon cards, check me out the rest of the week and follow me on X. Until then, I will see you next time. Oh, man, I hit the wrong dang button. I do that all the time. Where's the button, Donnie? I don't know. Where's your button at? All right, later.